Well, ladies and gentlemen, it just keeps getting better and better. Welcome back, everyone, for another jam-packed daily market update. If you are new around here, do consider becoming a subscriber because we keep you up to date day in, day out with the latest and greatest things happening within the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And we got some really interesting things to get into. We're going to be looking at a post from the New York Post that the title of this article is Crypto Crowd Ready for Blue Skies Under Trump Administration 4-Year Harassment is Over, of course, referring to the prior SEC party. And there's a number of cryptos that are mentioned within this that we're going to be taking a look at. Also, we've got news on a Litecoin ETF and it likely being the next ETF to be approved. Now, okay, Litecoin, I know what you guys are thinking there, but ultimately this is a great step in the right direction. You've got to think, we're at a stage right now where this space hasn't even been allowed to become what it is, and that is the new asset class. There's going to be trillions of dollars, tens of trillions of dollars that are coming into this space that Wall Street are ultimately going to monetize and use like they do for everything, very much capture the space, I think, like they have done with Bitcoin. However, in that process, we can get rich. Some of you are already looking at your portfolios and going, wow, I've got a community of people that are very much in the right sectors, in the right coins. If you look at our portfolio and do become a Patreon, guys, and check that out, we're also launching our own platform. We're in the right coins. We're heavily in the coins that are doing very well at the moment. And I hope you guys are all embarking on that journey with us. Of course, we do cover a lot of these coins that are doing well regularly. XRP, of course, doing spectacularly. Hbar is going to be a real shiner in this one, on top of a lot of other coins out there. You know, the kind of hot topic right now is the coins that are potentially going to be involved in what's taking place in America. However, we've got AI coins, deep in coins. You know, these are sectors that will come into their own at potentially a later date. But let's start things off, guys. I hope you're all feeling as positive as I am. So we tweeted this. Go give me a follow on Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're all over the shop, guys. Do make sure you're following the right account, though. But this is something we tweeted earlier. Breaking. Looks like Trump is open to the idea of creating a strategic reserve for crypto tokens. So we've spoken about how likely there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't they? You know, why wouldn't they hedge their bets? Look at the marvelous story of Bhutan. We'd love to go over to Bhutan, by the way, so if there's anybody that's familiar with that situation, you know, we'd love to go over there and sort of film what they're doing. It's an amazing story. You know, they're the fourth sort of biggest holder of Bitcoin as far as countries are concerned. But founded in the US, will this include XRP, Hbar, and Solana? Well, there's a couple of coins that they say that it's likely going to include. So while many in the crypto community have been cheering on the pro-crypto executive order, Trump is expected to issue one idea is causing more controversy. The idea of an American first strategic reserve that would prioritize digital coins founded in the US, like Solana, USD coin, obviously, USDC, and Ripple. In recent weeks, Trump has met with founders of these coins, and sources said is receptive to the idea. Insiders who spoke on the conditions of anonymity share concerns that it could delegitimize efforts to promote Bitcoin, which is the asset they want to prioritize. Boo! Come on. Are we still in this maxi kind of theory that the only application for a distributed ledger is Bitcoin? That's not the case. That's not factual. And actually, I think Ethereum's getting knocked off that top spot. Mark my words, this bull run, Ethereum's off of that top altcoin spot. And actually, I think there's going to be altcoins out there that are going to see more usage than the likes of Bitcoin. Certainly XRP, a lot of people warming up to that now. This, of course, was the post from the New York Times. Obviously, we've read the title out to you guys. Talks about, obviously, Sachs. Remember, crypto and AI. Crypto and AI marry up very, very well. But you can see, let's find where they actually mention this. You know, they talk about a number of individuals, including sponsors as Coinbase, Solana, MicroStrategy, Kraken, Galaxy Digital, etc., etc. But they ultimately mention these specific coins here. While many in the crypto space concerned, we've already read this out, founded in the US like Solana, USD, and Ripple. I think you're going to have Cardano in that. You're going to have Algo in that. You're going to have Hbar in that. It's a very real possibility of an altcoin strategic reserve. Certainly a Bitcoin one I think is possible. An altcoin one is potentially likely. And actually, if the government's doing that, think of the broader ramifications in regards to companies actually might want to do that. I have a company, I'm considering doing it. It's a bit of an accounting nightmare, but you could almost do a MicroStrategy-esque approach. SBI is very much doing it with XRP for altcoins. So the buy pressure, and that's without ETFs and things like this. Actually, a lot of them will probably hold through ETFs. The buy pressure, it's like a pressure cooker right now that's about to explode. The buy pressure that's going to come for altcoins, certainly if something like this happens, and even without this, with ETFs and things, is going to be unbelievable. And we've been able to front run that. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and we get messages every single day about how well people are doing. That makes me happier, and I get more from that than I do my own investments and how well they're doing. Because we want you guys to win. Life can suck at the best of times, but it's also a beautiful world. And ultimately, I think through investing, you can really help your own situation, even with a very small amount of money, and certainly more broadly your family and your friends' situation. And that's kind of what life is all about, I guess, depending on who you ask. So talking about ETFs and things like that, this is from Eric Balanchunas. We played a clip actually in relation to Hbar of Eric Balanchunas yesterday. Brandon, the Hbar bull. I can't shout Brandon out enough. He's a true sort of passionate individual when it comes to certainly Hedera Hashgraph, but the space more broadly. And he managed to film a great interview with Eric, Greg. I can't remember the other individual that was on there. Oh, the guy from Canary Capital or Canaries Fund. So a Litecoin ETF. We had heard chatters that the Litecoin S1 had gotten comments back from the SEC. This looks to be confirmed with bodes well for our prediction that Litecoin is the most likely to be next coin to be approved. All that said, the new SEC chair has yet to start, and that's a huge variable. This is from James Seyfarth. New Canary Fund just filed an amendment to the S1 for Litecoin, for their Litecoin ETF filing. No guarantees, but this might be indicative of the SEC's engagement on the filing. Still no 19B4 filing yet, though. A 19B4 would actually start the potential approval denial clock. And of course, this is it. So this is huge. I know what you're thinking about Litecoin. There is a place for Litecoin, I think. It's not something I invest in. But ultimately, this is really starting to move things in the direction we want them to go. And that's brilliant. And again, you spoke a little bit about a strategic altcoin reserve. ETFs are a massive. We looked at what JP Morgan had to say about XRP and Solana. $6 to $8 billion in inflows. Some of these cryptos that we talk about don't even have that in terms of market cap. And actually, when you look at market cap's just moved by the price of a coin on any one day. So you don't need, if a coin has $12 billion, you don't need $12 billion to 2x it, another $12 billion to see it double. You need probably percents of that to actually move the price on an exchange, and that will ultimately impact the market cap. So there's this beautiful picture that is being painted that we're going into, and it honestly just keeps getting better and better. And Trump hasn't even taken office yet. We're 4 days away from that. Are we going to get a bit of a buy the news, sell the rumor event? I wouldn't bet against that. I wouldn't bet on that. And actually, we spoke about price, and we warned people about this pattern that was all over the place. And I saw people trying to short this. I saw people trying to get out. The problem is with that is certainly with altcoins, what we're seeing, something like Hbar, for example, if you got out on the back end of this, you're now likely chasing back in 41% up. So you've lost 41% of your bag. My goal here is to make sure people understand the broader trend that we're in and not try and counter-buck that. Remember, big time frame, we've looked at it. We've also shown you the probabilities of patterns like this and how they played out in what is very clearly, and it looks to be playing out again, a very obvious bull market. And remember, we've done a hell of a lot with some of the few people that take such an in-depth view technically at the markets. We've done a hell of a lot of looking at Bitcoin, its kind of state. It's in a very clear uptrend, a strong uptrend, and we have a lot of technical targets actually taking it higher, along with many altcoins. We look at the markets through phase analysis, this kind of wave-like pattern, and we break it into four. base, uptrend, top, downtrend. The alt sector is very much in that kind of uptrending phase. And actually, when you look at totals, let's do total 2, for example, or total 3, it just ran into all-time high resistance. It's likely going to pull back and then lead to continuation. And we've shown you lots of examples of charts doing this previously. It was the exact same thing we were looking at for Bitcoin before, obviously, Trump got elected. And actually, we said Trump's likely going to win based on how things like oil were looking, potentially the dollar, although we weren't really on that, and certainly the crypto markets. They were looking exceptionally positioned. Stan Druckenmiller said a similar thing. When it walketh, talketh, and quacketh like a duck, ladies and gentlemen. It's a duck. We love you guys. We're happy to bring you content day in, day out. Do become a subscriber if you've not already. Big things happening, guys. It's here. This bull market is here. It's going to be a ferocious one. It's going to be a life-changing one for many of you. And we're excited to be on that journey with you. That's it from me, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one.